Hey, what's up guys, Griggzy here, and this is another episode of my Redstone computer tutorials. Now in the last episode we linked up all of the buses up to the main adder, and now it's time for the next step, which, behold, is right here. Now if you take a look at your adder now, you're going to see that everything's used up apart from these poor little lone repeaters here. Now them outputs are what we use to form the input bus. I can imagine that in huge big writing across the screen. The input bus. You know. So let's get down to it. Now I've already kind of pre-calculated in my head that whereabouts it's going to go and how I'm going to do it. So we'll get down and just start doing it. And what we're going to have to do is we're going to go from 1 to 8 in order. Like usual, we're always doing things in order. And we need to arrange them down here into a bus. So without further ado, so we're going to go along and do all of these. Actually, we're not going to do it in order. I'll tell you what we'll do. We will do it in bottom and then top order. So first of all, this is how we're going to do that one. I don't know why I put a... oh yeah. So let's fly up here, and the first thing we're going to do is we're going to come to all of these bottom ones along here. There's 4 of them, and we're going to go out, down, left, down, forward. So that's pretty simple. And then just put some dust on that, and then put a repeater down the bottom of here, and then just dust it up. You see that? Pretty simple, right? Now what I would do is I would go over here, hit invert the main cell information, and invert that, and then save that into both of your memory cells. Wait for it to come through. I'm getting a little bit of lag. I don't know why. Oh no, it's fine now. Right, and then clear the main cell. So now you have a full bus in both of the memory cells, which means in theory you should have a full adder. So all of these should turn on, or at least most of them will. This guy won't. Because they're both, because it's an even number. This is off, if you get what I mean, because it's not going to have a 1 on it. If it's an even number, it's just going to have a 2. Some of you will get what I mean if I say that. Right, but anyway, we're going to go ahead and do this. Do you want to just look at that quickly? And we're just going to copy it on every single one. Pretty easy episode, right? And then extend out a little bit. Put the dust on it. Repeater, a little bit more dust. Next. Very easy episode today. And repeater, dust it up. Go ahead like that. And then finally, like that. By the way, guys, if you're one of the people who are actually following my my tutorials, what I'd suggest doing is I've had people do it quite a lot. People actually asking when the next episode's out. Someone did it on my last video, and you know what I'm gonna do? Give me a second. I'm actually gonna log straight into my YouTube and check what your name is, because you have made this episode happen. Let me just give a quick look at that, like so. That was a nice advert, of course. Cybercat3, spelled with a K. Ta-da! Right, you have requested for this episode, which means I'm doing it right now. I got home from school and I started recording. Now, if you ever find at times you're sitting there waiting for the next episode to be out, just go ahead and say, "Oi, when's the next episode coming out?" Maybe don't say "oi," or just be like, "Hey, When's the next episode out? Woohoo! Whatever's. And I probably will do it just straight away. Like that. So don't just sit there and wait. You can request the next episode and stuff. Anyway, next. These top set of adders have like a little longer line like this. So we're going 4 down to the left and then 1 out, and it's kind of round. I mean, I'll quickly just try and do it. So we're going to go ding, and then it comes down 4, and then it comes out 1, then down to the side 1, then out 1, and then down to the side 1, and then to the exact same place like that, and then extend it out a little bit, put a repeater, dust it up. So if you didn't get that, just follow this one. So it goes here. Uh-oh. Oh dear. Okay, right, so we've run into a problem. The way that we did our diagonals like this are going to stop us from being able to get this out. So we're going to have to either alter the way we're taking this out. So we'd have to kind of take it over the top. Like that, I guess. Or you can just take it up one next to it like this. Like that, which is what I'm going to do. So you only have to redo three little bits, it's fine. And then do this. And then what I would make sure that you do is make sure you have the repeater in the right place. You just have to move both of them back by a little bit, like that. Like that. So move all the repeaters back. Like this. Oh, have I done that wrong? Okay. Troubleshooting. This is something that you have to do a lot if you ever get onto doing this by yourself. Right, so this is actually quite easy. You just need to put another block on there. Like this. And then run the redstone needed. Like so. See, tiny just little changes that you have to make. This happens a lot to me, so I'm going to record it and let it happen on camera so you guys can see what type of stuff is going to happen to you. You can spend ages building something and then you have to spend another 40-50 minutes just quickly redoing it. Oh, that was in the right place. Oh dear. My eyes are a bit dodgy. And then, right, okay. So let's move that out, which has now maybe solved our problem. Let's have a little look. Take it down to the side 4. Then take it out 1. Take it to the side 1. Take it out 1. Take it to the side 1. And then put it down there. So yeah, just moving it out once has indeed solved our problem. So that's good. And then we can fill this all up with that. Put the redstone repeater down and then extend it out a little bit for us to use later. The next one is just here. So down to the side by 4. Out towards you 1. Down to the side 1. Out towards you 1, out to the side 1, and then down backwards into this bit. Make sure you have that redstone repeater there, because that will reset our power line, as in how far the redstone signal gets carried, which means I can take these all the same amount of length before they run out. It'll just make things miles easier, if you get what I mean. These are extending it. I think it's 16 blocks. I really should learn that off by heart. I think it's 16, but these are kind of extending it out to 16, I think it is. And then that means that I know exactly how long all of these will go. And trust me, it'll just make things easier. Instead of me trying to explain, just put them repeaters there. And then the final one, I'm going to go ahead and do just like that until we've got a full line of these lines going along here as soon as this is all redstoned up, like that. And now you have these kind of double lines that are kind of coming out like this, these weird double line things. And now what these will eventually turn into is like a little bus network system like this. Looks pretty cool actually. I really like this bit of the building because it all looks really kind of high tech and cool, especially compared to these messy buses here. So let's go and get that done. Now we know that we want the bus kind of here somewhere. Right. So let's work this out. We'll go, and here I reckon we'll go, and then do a diagonal line across like that. Yeah, that will work. So what you want to do is just run over to your white bus section here and just find a free space and then do it diagonally like this. I'll show you what I mean. So for your 1 here, you know this is 1 because it gets inverted. Let me just quickly run along and show you. For our number 1, let's go down here and then do it like that, and then like that, like that, like that, like that, like that, like that, and like that. So that's what you want the bus to look like. You want it to look like that, but you want it wherever along the bus you can fit it. It doesn't matter if it's here or if it's 3 blocks along, just make sure you have this. Okay? And then just bring it all out to 1 point. And also what I suggest you do is you make sure you have redstone dust first, and then put the repeaters, and then fill it in a little bit more dust and repeaters, dust, like that, and repeaters. Now I'm being a little bit cautious when I do this because you need to remember we need to get this to a signal prohibitor, so like this. See that? So yeah, okay, so take this out. I'd say from here you probably want to take it out to about here. Just count about 5 blocks out, I think, probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, something like that. 5 or 6. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I meant to toggle down full. And go ahead and just crisscross this thing up. I've been recording for probably about an hour now, so my voice is getting really, really raspy and kind of rough, not very nice. Right, and then do the line of blocks like we always have. And then it's a whole world of strange things that happen from now on. Okay, so what we want to do is at some point we do want to get our little signal prohibitor in, so we may as well do that now. So choose a block and then do this. Remember, it's probably been a while since you've done this, but just think back. Put them like that. This is something that I have to do all the time when I'm making new things, so like that. And then do this. One more line. And then link it all up. Like so. That'll be the signal prohibitor in place. However, because we're going in from this side, our reset line is over here. So what we have to do is quickly come up with a design for that. So what I'd do is I'd take something coming out of there like that. And then you want to carry this over the top of this. I'm actually going to drop it down one more here. I'm making this up on the spot, you know, I've never had to do this before. So if we were to invert it somewhere along the line there, I'd be able to put that there. So that would mean I'm just testing this out quickly. I'll come over and explain this completely in a second. So that will reset the line. Yeah. Okay, so that works. So what you want to do is build your reset line thingy, whatever it's called. Yeah, signal prohibitor is probably the best name I can come up with. So build your signal prohibitor like this. And then choose kind of like one of the middle blocks and just take out something like that. And then do this underneath the bus over to the input line. That's pretty simple. You should be able to do something like that. But make sure that you invert it once so that this torch is off. And then when you press it, this torch turns off and that one turns on. So you're all Redstoners. You know how to do that. And if you don't know how to do it, I've got Redstone tutorials. Get on them. You should know all how to do this by now. Right. That is done. And now that means the only thing left to do is to go ahead and bring these in and connect them up to the back of this. Like that. So what I'd probably do is put a line of repeaters along the back. And now go from... this is quite interesting. Is go from the middle inwards. Yeah. So choose one of these two. Yeah, take this bit here. This one just onto the right. And 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this one links up to this. Right? And then just connect that up like that. And then that will mean that the next one, you have like a little template set out for how you're going to do it. So, yeah, what I'd do is I'd just bring them all in to a point like this, as I'm doing now. Bring them all in. And then this one I'll fetch over quickly. Oh no! I've just seen something. Right. I'm sorry, but we're going to have to change one more thing. Oh dear. What I've gone and done is something extremely stupid. I've done this and taken these down the exact same way as I did before. Yeah. Okay. What I've done is I've done it the exact same way as I did before, which I shouldn't have done. That was extremely stupid of me. And now what it turns out we have to do is we actually have to take this one down to the right side of that one. Like that. So that means that all of these lines here that you've made are completely irrelevant. And I'd like to apologise for that. So this one is completely irrelevant. So, okay, so it's not that bad of a thing yet, because you shouldn't have built that many of them. So what I'd do is I'd just do something along the lines of this. Yeah, and this is going to be the last time I get this wrong. Yeah, and that reaches perfect. Okay, so all of the lines are exactly the same, in the exact same place. Kind of. They're just to the right. Okay, so I'll show you how you alter this. Instead of, well, just take this point here and just cut it off there and then get rid of it. And then you'll be left with this, so 4 down, 1 out, right now, and then 1 out. So now what I do is take it out 1 more, like that, and then take it down directly to the side, and then you'll have a clear way to just plonk it out there. So I'll just quickly cover that again. Only a minor mistake. I thought that was going to be much more horrible than it was, but just take this bit away here that we built, and then take this block, bring it out 1 more, then go down to the side with it until it's at this level, bring it out 1 more, and then link it up there. Okay, so it wasn't as much of the disaster as I thought it was going to be. So that's what they should look like now. And now we'll get back down to doing this the correct way. So what were we doing? We were choosing the middle one. So get this block here. Let's just start this again. Bring it out. And then that will be the 4th in. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's this one again. Match it up. And what I would do is kind of bring that back to there. And then bring these all in. The further back we do the turn, the better, ideally. So let's bring this back and then do the turn here, if you get what I mean. Because then that gives us more space to line everything up. So what I'm doing is connecting these up to the correlated and correct places there. So not that hard. Now, I'm sorry for kind of how almost rough this episode has been. It's just because I'm building while I'm teaching, you know? Like, I'm working this out. This is the first time I've done it this way. I've made a completely different kind of design of bus. So, I'm sorry about that. But it means that every so often we're going to have little mad moments like this where I forget how to do something, or I have to work out how to do something a different way. So, next, connect this up, and then connect this up, like so. Oh. And then there. Right, so now you should have all of them forward, nicely separated in front of the bus here. So now what we have to do is we have to get this to there, and we have to combine them all. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go straight up, connect this one, like that. And then I'm going to go ahead and bring all of the signal down. And you're going to have to boost it with your redstone. And just make sure that it reaches. Okay, that's quite irritating that it doesn't reach by like 1. Like that. So now the next one, what you're going to have to do is squidge it all in, essentially. So go ahead and kind of do this. We're going to have to make a ladder, you could say. So that'll be dust, 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 dust. And nope, something like that. Okay. I'm just trying to work out how we're going to do this. The later I can put that in, the better. So, okay. Right. So what I've gone ahead and done is what I've just worked out then is how to get these two middle ones going. So choose these two middle ones and then literally just ladder them like that. It's probably best that this one goes in like that. Actually no, let's not go for any doubles. Let's try and keep it single like that. Although I probably shouldn't do that. So I will take it in there. Like that. Right. So take your two middle ones and then kind of ladder them down like this. And then try and make something that looks like that. I'll just quickly overhead view you. You can pause it here. And then make something that looks like that. And now for the next one, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to choose a point with a repeater, so there, and put some dust on it. And then all we're going to do is go like that, and then try and squeeze it in. And then link it all the way back. Make sure you have the signal. Boost it where necessary. So have to boost that in the exact right place. And then you'll be able to just link that up to it like that. And these are not touching at all. And then we're going to do the one to the left. So what I'll do is I'll plop a bit of dust there. And I'm going to try and jam this in there somewhere. Like that. See, it's definitely quite difficult to squeeze these all in. Alright, and let's think about this. How am I going to do this? Oh my lord. I'm going to go ahead and do the side ones quickly. Like that. And then come over here and just do the side ones, which we can do directly out to the side like that, which is nice. And then a bit of redstone repeater there. I won't triple repeater that much. And then try and put that one in there. Which leaves me trying to put this one in finally. So we're left with odd, which has to go there. Put one of them there and then put it in. Like that. Let's link all of these up. This is always going to be a little bit messy, this part, I figured. So let's quickly get this done. Into there. And then the last two. Into here. boost it. And then that will go in there like that. This is messy. And then finally, this one just needs linking straight up to over here. Where what we'll need to do is just give it a power. And then boost it all the way. Right, phew. Okay, so let's give that a little bit of a recap, because I felt like that was quite me just doing it all. What you want to do is you want to bring all the lines into kind of one spot. So I showed you it earlier. Kind of like cut them off here and just make them all equal. So bring them all in like this. And then turn around, and what you have to do is you have to shovel them all in, kind of like this. Start with one, like that, and just drive it all the way in. And then what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to use a hell of a load of repeaters like this. And what these will do is stop the signals from touching. And yeah, there was probably a miles easier way of doing that. However, hey ho, it's fine. It doesn't really matter that much. From what I'm looking at, none of these repeaters are not doing a job. So this one is going in there and it's blocking off all these three. This one's blocking off all four of them. This one's blocking off these three. That one is blocking off that. So yeah, as far as I'm concerned, these are all in a good place. And now if you really don't know like how I just did that, if you want to just take a pause point here, maybe here, like that, I'd get that down, and then you'll easily be able to see how you can put all of these in if you're a redstoner. So that would be cool. So what you want to do is you literally just want to take these and just plug them into here like that, and you should be able to play around and find out a way to do that. One thing I'm going to do is I'm going to erase all of this quickly, and then all of these should turn off. Yeah, and we could do quick tests like that just to see if any of them touch. Nope. 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 And no. Right, perfect. So that goes back in like that, which now means we have a full system to add something. So let's go ahead and add a 1. Save it to memory cell 1 and 2, so we're adding 1 and 1. Now let's not look at it. I'm not going to look. Actually, you know what we want to do is we want to invert the main cell information to check if the clear button works that we added in under here. I'm not going to look, and all I'm going to do is this is obviously probably going to turn out wrong. It did turn out wrong. Okay, that was interesting. That one would have been on. Okay, this is quite interesting. I'm going to quickly test that once more and clear the main cell like that. And press this button. Let's watch how many get powered. All of them get powered. As if these aren't doing their job. Right, there's something here, and I'm being really stupid. And I don't know why I'm being stupid, but something is making me stupid. So all of these are off. And then I'm going to have to use a lever. When I turn them on, all of these go off. Oh. The line of torches here. I didn't put them in. I knew there was going to be something stupid. Just take out this like that, and literally all you want to do is just put a line of torches. And then check that that's still in place. No, it's not. Okay, so we have to change something again. I'm sorry. You just want to take out all of these, and then power that like that. Knock out them. Put them in there. Power these along there, and then put the button in. Put the button there for now. That'll still work because it's coming down there. So all you need to do is literally just move the torches back, and then put these all in like that. I completely forgot about them torches. That I don't really talk about them much, but they're very important because they actually mean that the whole thing does its job. Right, so now we're doing a 1 and a 1. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill the screen up so we can test the off function down here. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to press this, not look at anything that happens, and just see if the screen... 2! Perfect. So that would mean that if you've done everything the exact same way as I have, that would mean you'll be able to put a 2 into there and a 2. This would do a lot of changing and stuff, and then a 4 would come out of here, turn this torch off, and that meant that if you took it to the right place, so the third bit along here, this line here, which is the number 4, that means that when you press this, the number 4 will light up, go up to the screen, and turn off. Right, turn on, sorry. That was a good way to end the episode. Right, thanks for tuning in, guys. Likes, comments, and subscribes are all very much appreciated, and if you have any ideas or complaints, just go ahead and drop them in the comments, because I do read them. Thanks for watching, guys. Look at this thing now. As if we're not getting somewhere. You can put numbers in things and save them. You can save data. You can transport data. You can separate the data. Decode the data and transform and add them. And then reform the data down here. Put it back into a bus. You can prohibit the data from moving anywhere until you wish it to. You press that button. It transfers the data along here. Completely alters the screen information. And then it comes up on your screen like voila. And I just put both of my hands out. Like saying voila. And in a hand gesture, moment of excitement, because you know what we've just done? We've just made one of the most fundamental parts of the AOU. And you know what? Look at this now. This doesn't look that small, does it? Look at that. So that'd be that, guys. And of course, I'll see you in the next episode of the Redstone tutorials. I'm all worn out. Anyway, my name is Griggzy. Oh, goodbye.